on, guys? So today I actually have the red supernova deck profile that I promised you guys. Finally got all the cards, played it a couple times, so it's pretty good. But first let's announce the giveaway winner. So for these three, the Nebulenios, Fright for Sheep, and Garnecia Elephantis, the winner is Mild Sauce. So you'll see your name on screen. And I'll have links down below. Down below you can contact me, Instagram, email. Yeah, so you should be able to contact me and I'll get you your cards. But yeah, so let's get into this deck profile. So the main deck, first you'll want 3 Crimson Resonator. So this is the combo starter, basically. So I'll try to go in depth on each card and how it works and where it goes in the combo, or, well, I'll do combos at the end, but I'll go in depth on the card. So this one, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. So that's awesome because it's special summon, free special summon when your field's clear. And then if the only other monster you control is exactly 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster, you can special summon up to 2 Resonator monsters from your hand or deck, except Crimson Resonator. And of course it's once per turn, but that second effect to pull 2 Resonators from your hand or deck is for Red Rising Dragon. When you summon on Red Rising, you summon this from the graveyard to the field, summon the 2 Red Resonators. So this is, you want to see this in your hand basically at all times. So that's your basically combo starter. Next is, you want 3 Red Resonators.
Summon the tuna monster Red Resonator. Go!
This one's just a given. So basically, if you start with no Crimson Resonator, this can be somewhat of a backup. It can get you, at least it can get you your Red Dragon or Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. So when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand. When this card is special summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, gaining life points equal to its attack. You can only use the effect of Red Resonator once per turn. So obviously this is used in the combo kind of towards the tail end. Or, if you Monster Reborn it or something, it's a good life point booster. So definitely good use. I've used it on Supernova and I get like 6,000 life points or something, so it's insane actually what it can do. Next up is 3 Synchron Resonators. So this is basically if a Synchro monster's on the field, you can special summon this from your hand. Let's see, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 Resonator monster in your graveyard except Synchron Resonator and add it to your hand. So this is good if it's used for Synchro summoning because you can get you can recycle your Resonator cards, so kind of cool. This one is mostly used to summon the Red Nova Dragon though. I don't really use it for Supernova that much, like at all really. Unless you get into some weird situation where you have to. Wandering King Wildwind. Amazing card for this deck. Like, it works so well with Resonators. So it's, if you control a Fiend type monster with 1500 or less attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you attempt this, you cannot summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Synchro monsters, which is fine because you're mostly Synchro summoning anyways. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Fiend type tuner with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. So that's awesome because all the Fiend tuners in your deck definitely have less than 1500 attack. So this is obviously a searcher for Crimson Resonator, red resonator, basically all the resonator cards. So it's amazing because when you synchro with this, it's already in the graveyard. So there you go. Then next up is 3 Witch of the Black Forest. Yeah, all these front cards were 3-Os, obviously, because they're the most, like, you want to see those the most in your hand. So Witch of the Black Forest, also an amazing card. So I'll read his effect, or her effect. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add 1 monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. But you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with that name for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect of Witch of the Black Forest once per turn. So this is awesome because it can search, basically, it can search a monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So it's like, I think you can search Wild Wind, you can search resonators, but the thing to keep in mind is you don't want to use this in combo, and you don't want to search Crimson Resonator, because then when you get Crimson Resonator back out of the grave, you can't activate its effects because this locks you out of using that monster's effect. So you don't want to search this the same turn you're using Crimson Resonator, so watch out for that. I've seen people mess up plays because of that. They search the exact synchron they're using. Next is 2 Performapal Hat Tricker. So this is an amazing card. If 2 or more monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. I pretty much mostly use this for the first effect, but the second effect, when a card effect is activated that would inflict damage to you, quick effect, you can place 1 performance counter on this card, max 3, then make that effect damage to you 0. When the 3rd performance counter is placed on this card, its attack and defense becomes 3,300. Wow, I didn't even know that effect because I didn't read that far into it. I just use it for the first effect, so I guess it's pretty good if you're taking like burn damage or something. But this card is absolutely amazing because, you know, most of the time if you're going second, your opponent already has more than 2 monsters, so you can free special summon right there. If you can't normal summon Witch of the Black Forest or Wild Wind, you can't, like, I mean, he should be special summoned anyways, but, you know, just say you're in that situation. Then I play 1 Red Familiar. So this card is it's kind of situational, like, say they stop Red, is it Red Rising? Let me see what it is. Okay, yeah, say they stop Red Rising Dragon's effect, where you bring the tuner back from the graveyard. Say they ash it or something, and then you can get out another tuner from your hand. But it's not the number of stars you need. Well, this one, Red Familiar, so I'll read its effects so you guys know. So you contribute 1 fiend monster, then target 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster in your graveyard. Special summon it in defense position, but negate its effects. So that's actually pretty good for getting a dragon out to synchro summon it from the graveyard. But I mostly use it for its second effect. You can banish this card from the graveyard, then target 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster you control, and declare a level from 1 to 8. That monster becomes that level until the end of this turn. So basically this can make, like, say they stop Red Rising Dragon, so you can't make any higher synchros. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this, automatically make Red Rising Dragon a level 8 or level 7, and synchro whatever you need. You know, you can synchro into Scarlet Red Dragon ARCHFIEND, Beezil or whatever, the destruction, like basically anything you want. You can make its level whatever you want. Then next is one Creation Resonator. If you control a face-up level 8 or higher Synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So this is also an extender, or I'll use it sometimes for Red Nova Dragon 2. So it's, you know, it's just in there because it's Resonator, and why not? And, you know, some of these are discard fodder anyways for other spell effects that search. One Chain Resonator. When this card is normal summoned while a Synchro monster is on the field, you can special summon one Resonator monster from your deck except Chain Resonator. So this is really good. It's an extender, and it helps you get a second extender. Or sorry, it's not an extender. You normal summon it, so it helps you get an extender out of your out of your deck. Yeah, because it lets you special summon a free Resonator. Then next I play one Phantom Sky Blaster. So when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon any number of Sky Blaster tokens. Fiend type, Dark, level 4. Attack 500, defense 500, up to the number of monsters you control. During your stamina phase, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each Sky Blaster monster you control. If you activate this effect, Sky Blaster monsters cannot declare an attack this turn. So, as far as I know, this is the only Sky Blaster monster. I haven't seen any others. But, its effect is basically for summoning extra tokens, like say you have, I don't know, say you have just this in a Resonator in your hand, you can summon the Resonator, or like say it's Crimson Resonator, you can special summon Crimson. Then you can normal summon this and you can summon a token, so that makes you have 2 level 4 monsters because of the token. You can synchro into a level 9, which is Hot Red Dragon ARCHFIEND. So you could do that, or you could just go full combo into Supernova. So it's pretty useful in certain situations. So that's it for like the main monsters in the deck. So we'll go to spells now. So first up is 3 Resonator Call. Absolutely mandatory in this, I feel. It's Searcher, and it helps cut your deck down, you know, like if you... So with these, so Crimson Resonator is probably the most important Resonator in the deck. So with these, you have potentially 6 Crimson Resonators. So that helps. Like, you guys know how searchers work. Like it's a must-have in the deck. If you don't play it, I don't know why. Then you could have 9 Crimson Resonators, because this is also a Searcher, Resonator Command. The only difference is, with this, you discard 1 Resonator monster, add 1 level 4 or lower Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Resonator Command per turn. So the difference is you have to discard for this one. And that's what I mean by we have other copies of Resonator cards for discarding. So you're not really missing them if you discard them. I play 2 Allure of Darkness. So obviously you guys know what Allure does. Draw 2 cards, banish 1 dark monster from your hand. Sometimes this is a gamble. You know, you could do a blind Allure where you don't have any darks in your hand and you just play it to draw. So it's dangerous, but then it's sometimes rewarding depending on how you play it. So next up is 2 Cosmic Cyclone. Definitely good for spell removal. In the life, so you pay 1,000 life points and target 1 spawn trap in the field and banish it. So it's good for those tough to get rid of spawn traps like Eldritch, spell trap cards, field spells that, you know, recycle themselves, or, you know, there's basically cards that recycle themselves from the grave. Just banish it to get rid of it. And in this deck, this fits perfectly because, like, I might even want to bump this up to 3, honestly, but I'm not sure yet. I'm still not sure. But yeah, it fits so well because you gain so many life points with the combo. Like with Red Resonator's effect, you gain a minimum of 2,100 life points. So you're not really missing those 2,000 that you'll spend. Like you spend 1,000, 1,000. So you wouldn't really miss it if you used it. That's why I like them in this deck. Then I play one Called by the Grave. Obviously, you guys know what this does already. For the Ash Blossoms, DD Crows, Droll and Lock, all that. One Monster Born. Definitely a very good extender. It can also help you get back your red Supernova if it's in the grave. You reborn it back, it's a difficult hurdle for your opponent to get over. So yeah, you guys all know Monster Born already. Not gonna read the effect. And then traps. So we're moving on to traps. I played 2 Solemn Strikes. Now you guys don't have to play Solemn Strike in here. I just pay it because, again, paying life points doesn't matter in this deck really. And I play the Solemn Strikes because it's focused around special summon monsters and monster effects, which in my locals, I don't know if you guys' locals are the same, but they're more focused on monsters, combos. Like, we're not really spell and trap heavy, I don't think, and so I'm more focused on getting rid of those monsters and stopping those monster effects. So to me, Solemn Strike is the way to go. Then the last trap card. It's not the end of the deck. We still have hand traps and stuff, but the last actual trap card is Red Rain. This trap is amazing because it lets you get that banish effect from Red Supernova, but in a trap card, so it's awesome. So also, if you control a level 8 or higher Synchro monster, banish all monsters on the field except the monsters with the highest monsters with the highest attack or highest level. Sorry. Also, the remaining face-up monsters on the field are unaffected by other card effects except their own until the end of this turn. If a Dark Dragon Synchro monster is Synchro summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use this effect of Red Rain once per turn. So this is why you only need one, because it's recyclable, because you're always going to be Synchro summoning, so it doesn't matter that it's in the grave, because you can get it back. And I just like it banishes all monsters on your opponent's field, or on the field, sorry, keep that in mind, it's on the field, not just one side of the field, it's your side too, so keep that in mind if you have other monsters on the field. But I don't know, I feel like it helps save you sometimes. You could make Scarlight Red Dragon because they cancel your Supernova play, so you have to make a lower level, but at least it's level 8. As long as it's level 8, you can play that card, and that'll take care of banishing because they probably won't expect it. Okay, now into the hand trap section. Oops. So for hand traps, I am playing 2 Ash. You can U3, you can bump it up if you want to whatever you want. I just feel like this is the most impactful hand trap because, I don't know, I just feel like it stops the most combos and it's simple to play. Like you pretty much know when to play it for most of the combos. So self-explanatory there. Also, it's a tuner, so you could make, keep this in mind also. You can make, I have Black Rose Dragon in here, so it's a level 3 and most monsters are level 4 that I have in here. So there's a Black Rose Dragon, if you get into trouble you can nuke the field too. So if you get into that tight spot and you have Ash in your hand. Then I play 2 for the last parts of the deck, 2 Nibiru the Primal Being. And this is just because, like I said before, the decks in my locals are very combo heavy. Like they're summoning, I don't know, you guys know, like 7 to 9 times per turn or something like that. So Nibiru is always a good go-to. Sorry, my phone keeps shaking. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. Now for the extra deck. I do also have a side deck, so I can show you guys that later. But so first, we play 3 Red Rising Dragons. You want to see this card. This is like basically your main part of the combo with Crimson Resonator. So it's 1 Fiend Tuner and 1 non-tuner monsters. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target 1 Resonator monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except Dark Dragon Synchro monsters. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 2 level 1 Resonator monsters in your graveyard, special summon both. So that's very good if level 1 monsters are in your graveyard, you can't get access to them. He's an easy way to do it. So that's there. Then next up is Red Boy, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend.
I synchro summon Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend.
Obviously you guys know what this does. It wipes the field with this effect, I think. So this card becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Once per turn, you can destroy as many special summon effect monsters on the field as possible with attack less than or equal to this card's. Other than this card, then inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. So it's a good field wiper. Like this deck can save you a lot when your opponent has overwhelming monsters. Unless they have multiple negates where you can't get these out, then you're kind of in trouble. But if you get to a point where you can wipe their field, you're pretty much good. I think you got it. So of course there's 3 and 3, and then I play a single Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. You can play 2. I mean, you know, like all these, the hand traps and the extra deck is completely up to you. Like, I just personally feel like this is what works best for me. You guys can decide, you know, what you want. I do have a second one. It's just in my side deck, so it's in case I need multiple negates or something. Well, I mean, you can only use this effect once per turn, so it doesn't matter. But you know, if they destroy this and then I need another one. But so quick effect: you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls. Negate its effects until the end of this turn. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target 1 tuner in your graveyard and special summon it in defense position. You can only use each effect of a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss once per turn. So it's pretty good. It gets you the tuner. So that's an extender. It gets you. It also has a negate on it, but it's only face-up cards on the field. Like, you target 1 face-up card on the field and negate it. So it's pretty good. It's just, it could have been, you know, its effect could be better, I'm not gonna lie, but it's still a good card. I like it. I love red dragons. So then next up is a single Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend.
I synchro summon. Bow down and tremble in terror before Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend.
This card is also a board wiper, well, field wiper for monsters, except it's summoned with 2 tuners and 1 or more non-tuner monster. Must be synchro summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only use each of these effects of Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy all other cards in the field also. Oh, all other cards, so that's even traps and spells, that's really good. Also, for the rest of this turn, other monsters you control cannot attack. During either player's battle phase, when a spell and trap card is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Oh wow, if you do that, this card gains 500 attack. Wow, that's actually really good. So I knew it was already good, but for the field wipe, but I didn't notice its second effect too much, but very good card. You know, yeah, this can also save, you know, when you can't quite get up to Red Nova or Supernova. That's a good backup plan. Then I play a single hot red dragon Archfiend Bane, one tuner, one non-tuner dark dragon synchro monster. You can tribute one monster, then target one red dragon Archfiend monster in your graveyard, special summon it. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon 2 tuners with the same level, one from your deck and one from your graveyard in defense position. You can only use each effect with hot red dragon Archfiend Bane 1 per turn. So this is like an evolution form of the what is it? Hot red dragon Archfiend Abyss, except it doesn't have a negate effect, but this one's good because it gives you 2 tuners when you do damage to an opponent, so it's pretty good. I don't use it too much in this deck, but you can use it basically to get out this next card here. So hot red dragon Archfiend King Calamity. So this basically is what you'd use hot red dragon Archfiend Bane's effect to get the 2 tuners, special summon this, or synchro summon this. That's basically what it's used for. But so this one, 2 tuners, 1 non-tuner dragon synchro monster. When this card is synchro summoned, you can activate this effect. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards, which is good. Also, cards your opponent controls cannot activate their effects. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. Very good. If this card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one level 8 or lower dark dragon synchro monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So overall, this is very good. I feel like it's a very good effect because you get a free monster, a free synchro monster when it's destroyed. Well, your level 8 dragon, or what is it, level 8 or lower. So you get a level 8 or lower dark dragon synchro monster for free if it's destroyed. Also, it negates cards and the activations on the turn it's synchro summoned. So that's really good. That can win you games. If you go second and your opponent has a really weak monster or something, that can change the tide of the game. Then I play 1 little Spice Boy, Red Nova Dragon.
To synchro summon Red Nova Dragon!
2 tuners and Red Dragon Archfiend. So you have to have Red Dragon Archfiend on the field to synchro summon this. Oh, little baby spider, sorry. Which obviously is your Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend, because its name is Red Dragon Archfiend. This card gains 500 attack for each tuner monster in your graveyard. This card cannot be destroyed by the effects of your opponent's spells, traps, or monsters. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can select it, then remove this card from play and negate the attack. During the end phase, special summon this card that was removed from play by this effect. So, very good, obviously. No real explaining needed here. This is obviously one of the big boss monsters in the deck that you want to see. And then, my personal favorite, the new Red Supernova Dragon. So this is the Big Spice Boy. I call him Big Spice Boy. I feel like this card is kind of slept on, not many people realize how good it actually is. So it's 3 tuners, plus 1 non-synchro monster. So it sounds scary to summon. It sounds very hard to get out, but we'll show you that in combos. Let's first be synchro summoned. Gains 500 attack for each tuner in your graveyard. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, when your opponent's monster effect is activated, or when an opponent's monster declares an attack, quick effect, you can activate this effect. Banish this card. Also banish all cards your opponent controls. So that is insane. Once per turn during your next end phase, after this card was banished by its own effect, special summon this banished card. So This card is insane because it can banish all cards your opponent controls, not just monsters, all cards. And it comes back to the field during your next end phase. It also gains 500 attack for each tuner in your graveyard, just like Red Nova Dragon. So when you summon it, it already gets a 1500 attack point boost because you're obviously using 3 tuners to summon it. So that's awesome. This is pretty much what I go into the most because it's a wall for your opponent. Like they know if they activate monster effects, you'll activate his effect and banish all of them, and they know if they set spells and traps, you'll banish those along with it. So it's really difficult unless they have Kaiju or Infinite Imperm, Forbidden Droplet, all those like negate effects with spell cards. They can use it, but he's still 4,000 attack. Even if he loses the tuner boost, attack boost, he's still at 4,000. So he's hard to get over and tough to get rid of. So that's why I like him. One Void Ogre Dragon. So this is one Dark Tuner, one or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell, trap card while you have no cards in your hand, you can negate activation and destroy it. So this is good when you're out of cards, like you use up all your resources. This is the absolute last monster you can go into. It's pretty good because it defends itself from spells and traps. And then Beals of the Diabolic Dragons. I think that's how you say his name. This is the awesome gold rare, by the way. I found it online and I was like, oh, I gotta grab it. But yeah, it's one Dark Tuner, one or more non-tuner monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So this is another tough guy to get over, except Kaiju or some other weird effects. When you take damage from an attack involving this card, or from an opponent's card effect, this card gains attack equal to the damage you took. So that's really good. I mean, that's just like by itself alone is, so I don't know, I feel like it's an amazing card. It's just fun to go into, and like people are like, what? Okay, then the last extra deck monster is Black Rose Dragon, of course. The one card nuke. I don't think I'll read this fact because you guys should probably know what it does anyways. Nukes the field, this was I think a couple formats ago or years ago, it was like a main staple in everyone's extra deck. It was like wipe the field and win. So it's still really powerful, especially these days because it nukes the entire field. Like this deck is basically, if you haven't figured it out, it's about field wiping, which I love because you destroy your opponent's field. It's hard for them to recover from that. Some decks can do it though. Some decks can get full combo like next turn or something. So you gotta watch out. You gotta know when to use this, basically. So that's it for the deck. I do have side deck actually. I'll show you real quick. I'll just show you like a couple cards. So I have the third Ash. If you want to do 3, bump it up to 3. Obviously 3DD Crow. You guys can put them in, it's like I said, the hand traps are completely up to you guys. Dark Ruler no more, 3 of them. It's still a powerful card. Like I did play this today a couple times. It depends. Harpy's Feather Duster, just because I don't have Lightning Storm yet, so if I get 3 Lightning Storms, they're going in the deck. Like all of my decks. I'll probably just cycle them back and forth. And the second Hot Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss. So there's other cards there. You can run Lancias. It's all personal preference. I feel like it's more revolved around what your locals do or what tournament you're playing and what they do at the time. So let's get into some combos here. So this is something I like to do. So say these 2 are in your hand. This basically is the ideal combo for me personally. This is what I want to see. If I start out with this is it. because basically you have no monsters, so you special summon, you activate Crimson Resonator's effect, special summon it, and then since there's a fiend, you special summon Wandering King Wild One, synchro for 6. You make Red Rising Dragon, use Red Rising's effect to special summon Crimson Resonator from the grave. Activate Crimson Resonator's effect. Since you can control Dark Dragon, you special summon 2 Resonators from your deck or hand. So that'd be 2 Red Resonator. Sorry if I'm not fitting them all on the screen. So yeah, that'll be your field right here. 2 Red Resonators. Then you synchro all 3 for level, I think it's 12. Supernova. And that's combo 1. Let's see. So there you go. Big boys out. Easy as that. Not so hard when you do the combo. So for combo number 2, like say you used all these to summon your Supernova Dragon already, right? So say you used his effect and you passed or something, or like yeah, like so say it's next turn. So with this next turn, you can actually use Wandering King Whirlwind's effect to banish him, and you can special summon, or you can search a Resonator to your hand, like another Crimson, a Red Resonator, whatever you need to your hand. And then your field's empty again, right? So say you have another combo. You can do the same exact thing, except this time you can summon Red Nova Dragon instead of Red Supernova. So you no monsters on field because your Supernova's banished right now. He doesn't come back until the end phase. So you'd special summon Crimson Resonator, special summon Wild Wind, synchro for 6, Red Rising, get back your Crimson Resonator, and then you would, since your Red Resonators are already used up, the 2 level 2s, you want to search Creation because he's a level 3, and then any level 1 Resonator. So it could be Synchron Resonator if you wanted to. I just did Chain because so Creation and Chain. Then you synchro these 2 for level 8, which is your Scarlet Dragon, or Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. So he's treated as Red Dragon Archfiend. And then you can synchro, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which red will bring out your Red Nova. 12, and you need 2 tuners and Red Dragon Archfiend. There you go. And then your end phase, boom, 2 like almost invincible monsters on the field. And when you use Supernova's Dragon's effect to banish all cards, it's only on your opponent's side. It doesn't affect your field at all. So your Red Nova is safe when you use it. So even if you banish him, you still have him on the field. He's a wall to get over too, and he gets attacked by the amount of the tuners in the graveyard, as well as Red Supernova Dragon. So that could be an insane combination right there. Just don't get Lava Golemed. If you get Lava Golemed, it's over for you. I'm sorry. I can't even help you with that. Or Kaiju. That's the worst. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a fun deck to play. It can be competitive at times, so you guys should build it. Try it out. Let me know how it works, and have fun, and leave comments down below, like maybe some other deck profiles you'd like to see, as long as it's reasonably priced. Like I can't do $400 deck profiles. I mean, unless it's like hero cards, I kind of have most of the hero cards already, so like that's not too bad. But yeah, other decks, it's like I'd have to completely buy brand new cards. So yeah, as long as it's budget friendly, or if you guys want to see a budget friendly deck, I can try to do something like that too. I can make some episodes like that. So but yeah, let me know what you think, and comment down below, I guess. Like, maybe what decks you'd like to see, or what you think of this deck, or, you know, your favorite red dragon monster. I don't know. Let me know. See you guys next time.